Thank you for listening to REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. The penultimate 2025 REED-BBS Awards. This time we're getting into Upset of the Year. Upset of the Year. Upset, to be unhappy, worried, or angry. To disturb something. Or in sports/politics, an unexpected victory. There were 3 nominees for Upset of the Year and one very obvious winner to me, but it seems to have escaped the rest of the boxing media. Let's discuss. Jorge Garcia Perez, SD12, over the undefeated U.S. Olympian Charles Conwell. Rolly Romero, UD12, Ryan Garcia. What we learned about Rolly and the Rye guy was the sparring footage that we saw years ago was legit. It wasn't a fluke. And after getting dropped in a punching exchange, the Rye guy wanted no more smoke with Rolly for the rest of that fight. It wasn't too dissimilar from how Ryan didn't react well to the roughhousing in the sparring footage from years ago. An upset for sure, but Rolly UD12 Ryan wasn't the biggest surprise of 2025. Armando Resendiz, SD12, Caleb Plant. This bout got most of the upset love from the boxing media, but if anyone saw Plant's fight prior to this against Trevor McCumbee, where Plant got dropped, then it shouldn't have been all that surprising that a former sparring partner of his in Resendiz, a dude who actually knows Caleb Plant's style, was able to upset him. Sure, Plant was favored, but it wasn't like, oh my God, he lost to Resendiz? At least not to me, especially after seeing the upset meister, Manny Robles, working Resendiz's corner. When you see Manny Robles show up in the opponent's corner, that's an official upset alert. Official. Those were the nominees, a solid list of upsets. But the 2025 REED-BBS Upset of the Year is the draw between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Duh. Oh, he didn't beat Tank. He didn't win. The fight was a draw. I think the media is overthinking this one, and let me explain. Prior to Roach, Tank's record was pristine. It was perfect. Post-Roach, Tank's record is blemished. Per the definition of upset, Roach disturbed something. For sure. There's wins, there's losses, and there's draws. And now, because of Lamont Roach, Tank has a mark in that draw column. Besides that, he absolutely has disturbed something in Tank internally, if you take the way my man has been spiraling out of control ever since into consideration. He's disturbed something in Tank, absolutely. Tank won't even give this man a rematch. How about the visual images of Roach outboxing Tank, outfighting Tank in exchanges? How about round 9 of that fight? Round 9, Tank gets jabbed in the eye. He takes a knee, then goes to his corner to get his eye wiped mid-fucking round. When a fighter goes down or takes a knee from the result of a punch, that's a knockdown. Whether the punch hurt them or not, it's a knockdown. And had the referee properly scored that and ruled that moment a knockdown, we wouldn't have this whole discussion about, well, does a draw count as an upset or not? Because Roach would have gotten his proper, deserved victory. Beyond that, I'm still clinging to the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis's record is no longer perfect because of that guy, because of Lamont Roach. Tank fought and beat everybody else he's faced in his career. Tank fought and did not beat Lamont Roach. And that's the only man in Tank's career that can say that. So yeah, 2025 REED-BBS Upset of the Year, Gervonta Tank Davis's draw with Lamont Roach. Before we wrap this one up, I want to remind you that whenever the house fighter, whenever the A-side fighter gets a draw, it's because he really lost. I've always said that, I always will. When the house fighter, when the A-side fighter gets a draw, it's because he really lost. Well, twice in 2025, two times, Lamont Roach was not the house fighter. He was the B-side, and he fought to a draw. You do the math. His second draw was against Pitbull Cruz in a bout that Roach won even more clearly than the Tank fight that he should have gotten. Lamont Roach had a hell of a 2025. It's a shame it wasn't awarded with victories. I almost wanted to call him the breakthrough fighter of the year, but considering my man's been a reigning world champion since 2023, you can't give him breakthrough fighter of the year in 2025. He's too established and advanced in the game, too long in the tooth, as they say, to be given breakthrough fighter of the year. So I'm getting creative. I'm giving Lamont Roach the Just Because Award, the 2025 REED-BBS Just Because Award. Dudes will go 50, 60 fights. You can watch the careers of 3 or 4 different fighters play out and not see one draw. Well, Lamont Roach has 3 draws now, 3 draws for his career, and he had 2 draws in 2025 alone. Two biggest fights of his career, moving up in weight both times, 2 biggest paydays, 2 fights that he should have been awarded, and my man got 2 draws. That's some hard luck shit for your ass. So just because, I'm giving Lamont Roach the 2025 Just Because Award and the 2025 REED-BBS Upset of the Year Award. REED-BBS, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Television, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.